Pride Month celebrates the visibility of the queer community. There are dozens of laws that have either been passed or have been proposed that advocates consider to be anti-LGBTQ across the country. And I did speak to one family who wanted to share their story in hopes of fostering a little bit more understanding.
In a lot of ways, Hildie is your typical 11-year-old.
For that, you get to be picked up. What?
With an adoring younger sibling, a bouncy, happy puppy, and a loving mom and dad. But there's also a lot about Hildie that stands out, because not many 11-year-olds have a story like theirs.
It's been a long journey, but I am here now, and I am happy.
Hildie identifies as trans non-binary and uses they-them pronouns, meaning that they don't feel like they belong in either the male or female binary box.
I kind of knew I was different from my male peers. That didn't go well with school. People often bullied me because of my appearance, my personality.
To hear people threatening our family or threatening towards our child, it was one of the hardest times in our life.
Identifying as non-binary is more than just waking up and deciding to be so one day. The DSM-5 defines gender dysphoria as clinically significant distress or impairment related to a strong desire to be of another gender. While not all trans and non-binary folks have gender dysphoria, many people who identify as such feel a mismatch between what one was born as and what they feel inside.
We're just kind of realizing that we're not in control of any of the aspects of their identity. There's nothing we can do to change it either way, but we can love the amazing kid that we have and support them in who they are.
The type of support Hildie experiences at home is crucial for kids who are questioning their assigned identity. 42% of LGBTQ youth and 52% of trans youths seriously thought about taking their own life last year.
The most important thing is to show your child unconditional love. When you have a transgender child, that looks like stepping outside of your own comfort zone. It looks like doing the work to learn about your child and their identity.
Just this year, lawmakers across the country have proposed a record 238 bills restricting LGBTQ rights, half targeting trans rights. And it follows a year where 191 bills were proposed in what the Human Rights Campaign dubbed the worst year for the community in recent history.
I felt so sad that big people who are supposed to change the world want to squash out certain communities like bugs.
Every major medical and psychological association is in complete agreement about what best practices are for our kids. For all of these folks pushing these discriminatory bills and legislation across the country, kind of want everybody to just leave us alone and allow us to follow the expert recommendations of the people in our life who care about our family.
What the Edwards hope you get from their story is a sense of why acceptance and understanding of people who may be different than you is important. And for youth who may be questioning their own identity, Hildie, both the average and the extraordinary 11-year-old, wants you to know that it will get better, just like it did for them.
I know that it seems like everything isn't going to be all right, but you are going to have a great community ahead of you, and it may be outside your house and you may not get to see them just yet, but you're going to see them and you're going to feel loved, and you're going to have an amazing life.
I'm Vanessa Shania.
I got you. Let's smell the flowers.
Thank you for joining us this week for our look at issues impacting the LGBTQ community. Next week, our topic is immigration. Many refugees face a mountain of paperwork to be able to legally stay in the United States. What a software company is doing to try and make that path easier. Until then, from Orange, Massachusetts, I'm Chris Stewart, and this is The Race.